Morning Year 7, this is lesson 1 for the energy booklet. Do make sure that you've written your name and class on the front. And let's move on. First thing, there are many different forms of energy. With a pen, list as many forms of energy as you can. Then think about the various everyday objects that use or change energy from one form to another. So, for example, it's a little spider diagram here. One of the forms of energy that I am using at the moment is sound energy. So that could be one of your examples. And let's have a think about a TV. A TV changes electrical energy into sound and light. So we're starting to answer some of these questions in this paragraph here. Once you've run out of ideas, you can go on to the internet and see if you can't find some of the other types of energies that are out there in the universe, and give a couple more examples of different appliances that change energy from one form to another. If you find anything interesting about energy, you can put it in here. Also, look up on the interweb, what are the units for energy? What do we measure it in? Like, for example, time, we can measure in days or hours or minutes or seconds. What are the units for energy? Now, this is going to take you 20-30 minutes to have a go at. Okay, so you've had a look at the different forms of energy. You might not have figured them all out. So let's make sure that we've got all the types of energy that are available to us. You will write up the information on the various forms of energy, including a title and a diagram and a little bit of information about each type of energy. So sound has been done for you in your booklet. We're going to move on now. These are the ones that I'd like you to have a go at. These are the first three: elastic energy, chemical energy, and nuclear energy. If you write the information down about all three different types, and then include a diagram as well. Now, it doesn't have to be this springy playground horse. You could do an elastic band if you wanted to. And for chemical, all living things, all foods, and all fuels contain stored energy. What you could do is draw out for chemical. You write the information down, as I've already said, but then maybe what you could draw is your favourite type of food. It might not be a hamburger, it might be a pizza, it might be a drink. Whatever it is, you draw one diagram down for each of the titles. Once you have done these three, move on to these three here. Movement energy has got a scientific name. It's called kinetic energy. Electrical energy, any electrical appliance that you want to draw. Could be your PlayStation, could be your mobile phone, could be a hairdryer, could be anything that converts electrical energy into something else. And this last one, heat. Hot objects like the sun, fires, tend to have more energy than cold objects like an ice cube, because their atoms are moving more quickly. You can pause the video now in order to complete these three. And now we move on to the final two types of energy. Light. Light is a wave that moves in straight lines. Nothing moves more quickly than light. Why don't you use the internet, to find out how quickly light can travel through a vacuum? You might be a little bit surprised how quickly light waves can travel through space. And the last one, GPE, gravitational potential energy. When an object is lifted above the ground, it stores more gravitational potential energy. Just like this arrow. This arrow starts here. It then increases in its GPE before it starts to fall back down again towards Earth. I'll give you a little example now. If you were to pick up a football, the higher up you hold the football, the more stored energy it's got. For example, pick the ball up to your knees and release it. It drops. It makes a little bit of sound. If you then pick the same ball up and put it over your head and let it drop, it's got more stored energy. It converts that into movement or kinetic energy before it hits the ground and releases a lot of sound energy. That will do for lesson 1.